Hello everyone, welcome back to the NPC Dungeon, and today we're picking up right back where we left off last time. Seraphina, the paladin angel, had a run-in with someone who recognized her, but she didn't know who they were. However, something clicked and she attacked, leaving the party behind. They journeyed forward through a hallway that twisted vertically until they were attacked by some squid-like monster from the depths of darkness below, and they made it through and emerged in a hall seemingly covered in various gears and metal sheets like the inside of a machine rather than a hallway. And this was where it left off, so what happened? Three continued down the corridor until some noise echoed from around the corner. Inky peeked around to the other side, but could have hardly been ready for what she saw. Large, gaunt humanoids with gray fur and hunched bodies walking half-stooped trudged through a large chamber. They had bodies like hyenas and long snouts, over which some kind of mask had been fitted, with tubes leading to packs held on their backs. Glowing metal domes were fastened to their heads, and they stumbled about with seemingly no will of their own. But it didn't take very long to see where that will came from. Tall, lanky mind flayers strode about, barking orders at the creatures, and all about the room were pipes leading along the walls and across the ceiling. In the parts that were fitted with glass, they could make out a difference in the substances being manipulated by color. There are three of them. Several machines were strewn about with no order immediately discernible, but it all became clear when their eyes fell upon a massive vat in the center of the room. With Inky casting past without a trace, and the other two having levels in rogue, it was no trouble for them to get a closer look. The mind flayers were mixing some chemicals alright, and based on what the party heard them say, it seemed to be a portal leading to the stone that they were sent there to find. The Stone of Mortalis, they called it. Alice's eyes went wide at this name, and Inky had to fight the urge to ask her what was the matter. It could wait. For now, they had to listen, and based on the signage hung about the place and the mind flayer's words, they're able to glean the rules by which they had to mix the ingredients. Subject 66 and Alice just wanted to blow it all up. They scouted about finding weak spots and trying to see which parts might be combustible, while Inky made one last investigation. Some of this material was being routed off elsewhere, it seemed, and when she took a closer look, she froze. She recognized this from some of her studies into more forbidden arcane magics. This was some kind of manufacturing plant, it seemed, for the liquid present in an Elderbrain's brine pool. That explained the voice that spoke to them earlier through the vultures. But what would an Elderbrain want with them? Maybe her mentor Galfa wasn't being so honest after all. She tried to urge the other two to stop and was only barely successful as she, with Subject 66's help, discerned the meaning of the rules that had for so long eluded the mind flayers, logically deducing the order of the chemicals that had to be mixed. But she couldn't just mix it herself. She found a mind flayer nearby, spoke into their mind, and charmed them. She revealed them the solution, just able to convince them that it was their own idea, intertwining her mental words with their thoughts. The mind flayer ran over to the center and ordered several gnolls to begin mixing, and it wasn't long before a giant portal swirled out of the liquid. The players broke from the darkness, revealing their position, and jumped through the portal. They released eldritch blasts, hails of arrows, and thrown daggers into the machines as they left, collapsing them before them and allowing the portal to shrink and disappear as they leaped through. But as they emerged, the ground and walls were soft and smelled of fungus, like the mycelium of some vast colony of mushrooms, and the room they were in was filled with little pods containing various different species of humanoids, all in different phases of what appeared to be mind flayer transformation. Apparently, they were still in the colony. Wherever the stone was, it was apparently right under the mind flayers' noses the whole time, and it seemed like they were no closer to finding it than the players. But now, they had a whole colony of mind flayers to dodge, and the stone still to find. But for now, they were tired, so they lay down to rest for a moment. And that's where I'm ending off this week's story. I hope you liked it, and I hope you check out this week's DM Advice episode. It's all about things I wish I knew when I first started DMing. Also, feel free to check out next week's DM Advice episode, where I'll talk about how to run a great short campaign, and we'll talk about how Seraphina returned into the fold. As always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, let's learn something.